I could hardly hear her voice when she would call out. Everyone, meaning her family, they went out of town to an event, and I volunteered to stay with her. The first time I met her, I was scared to come near her. When I looked at her, it was like looking at a soft cloud, and she was so beautiful. She had a golden glow that I could not explain and had never seen before. I'll never forget how she would point her finger, speak a word, and the atmosphere would change. Now, if you have not been around such a thing, this will sound foreign to you. However, her authority in God, I'm sure, came with a price. But her yes in God anchored her in rough winds. I went from being afraid of this awesome woman of God to happily serving and yielding my attention to her every word. I was listening when most people did not realize I was paying attention. There are days when I would go and just sit with her, and neither one of us would say a word. Don't get me wrong, I had plenty questions to ask, but I just did not know how to ask them. Here's where it gets good. After sitting in silence, she would start talking and answer every question I did not ask. I had a lot going on in my life. So helping her just fluff a pillow or get to give her a drink of water gave me direction I was not aware of. To many others, she was a prophetess and a powerful woman of God, and powerful in every sense of the word. I remember just sitting in the living room with her, and the phone rang. And I would hear her say, "No, no one came to see me today." And I thought, well, if no one came to see her, then what am I? With laughter, I then realized she had a code of conversation, which means if she said no one came to see her, that meant a particular daughter had not come that day. So this particular night, I was assisting her. She called out for assistance and I could hardly hear her. I went in her room and asked if I could make a pallet, meaning laying a blanket at the end of her bed, on her floor. This would bring me closer and more available to assist her. After we tended to the need at hand, taking care of her, getting her ready for bed, I adjusted myself at the foot of her bed on the floor. After settling in, we both fell asleep, and I dreamed there was a bright light around her, and she was dancing. Now, when I first met her, she was wheelchair assisted, and this was the first time I saw her dancing around in my dream. I'll never forget that morning as we began our day thinking about our day and what we were going to do. She was so excited because she dreamed she baked an apple pie. I never told her about my dream, but I just knew it meant all was well. Her days took a turn, and her assignment was coming to an end. Amongst other times, being around her, often I wondered the impartation that was taking place. I had no idea that God was establishing me through and in the presence of his vessel of honor. She was one that he picked, planted, and molded in his likeness. The half have never been told. However, it is my desire that I walk out the mysteries in the words unspoken and whispered in prayer. You're listening to another episode of Whispers of Care. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Take charge of your financial future with Bartell's Financial Coaching, led by Teresa Bartell. We offer personalized guidance to overcome debt and achieve financial peace. Our results oriented approach provides actionable strategies for lasting change, no matter your background. We welcome you to schedule a free consultation today at 830-252-0320. Start your journey towards a brighter financial future today.
If you are that person that have an opportunity to serve a man or woman of God, don't take it for granted. There's an impartation that's taking place that you may not even realize for years to come. The seeds that they plant in prayer, believing God for things in your life that they may never tell you about, but they are believing God for your life and what God wants to do in you. Don't take it for granted. Serve with gladness. There's so many things that may not be spoken, but whispered in prayer. Let's go into our adoration prayer. Lord, you reign. You are clothed with majesty. You have girded yourself with strength. Lord, you are mightier than the noise of many waters. Lord, you are great, and in your hand are the deep places of the earth. I will worship you, Lord, in the beauty of holiness. Your right hand and holy arm have gained you the victory. Lord, you dwell between the cherubim. Lord, you will not relent. You are priest forever. Lord, you are my portion. I know your judgments are right. Your law is my delight. I will meditate on your precepts. Lord, you are my shield, my exceedingly great reward. I will meditate on your wonderful works. I will run the course of your commandments, for you shall enlarge my heart. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You are my hiding place, my shield. I hope in your word. Lord, thank you for teaching us how to care. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Whispers of Care. I hope you found inspiration and insight into the world of caregiving. Remember, whether you're offering care or receiving it, your role is valuable. If you enjoyed today's episode and want to stay updated on future discussions, be sure to subscribe to Whispers of Care on your favorite podcast platform. Join me every Monday at 10 a.m. as we delve deeper into the stories and experiences that define the essence of caregiving together. We can make a meaningful difference in the lives of those we care for and in our own. Until next time, take care and keep spreading kindness. Subscribe now and be part of our caregiving community.